All right, possums, we are back, and it looks like this time we're going November 14th through the 20th. Okay, so marching onward, here we go. I do have a new deck, though, that I want to share with you just ever so briefly, but we're going to use them for a reading today. This is the newest deck from Radley Valentine. Okay, I don't know if you can see it. Anyway, if you decide you like this, it is available on Amazon, and it's all about guardian angels. How about that? Guardian Angel Messages Tarot. So we'll have a look at this. Really a lovely deck, very pretty. It's angelic. Got a traditional guidebook in here, which is always nice to have. Back of the deck is that swirly thing, okay, which can be like the universe, and it can be the sun, but it is an indication of all things wonderful. All right, so what I'm going to do, they are in order right now, so I'm just going to like try and shuffle through them. The cards have a nice feel to them. They are not slick though, so if you do buy them, I would recommend that you shuffle them carefully, otherwise they might have a tendency to bend prematurely. All right. And one thing that I notice about them is it appears as though they are a combination of modern and traditional. So you see the people that are in the images may be dressed in modern clothes. Yeah. But nevertheless, they still have the same elements as a traditional tarot deck has. All right. It's taking a little while to get this jammed up. Let me do one more shuffle, and then we will stop and see. Okay. It's weird that I did it this way. I don't know whether you noticed or not, but I was shuffling them backwards of how I normally do. So I was looking at the bottom of the deck, which happens to be the Magician card. This is the manifestation card. So it reminds us to be careful of what we think about, what we focus on, and what we bring into our lives. Because we're going to make those things happen. Okay. This can be the manipulator when it's in a negative way, but it can be the manifester in a positive way. So look for this week. There are opportunities. You choose which you are doing. One has a karma that you pay, the other is a karma you'll receive. How about that? One thing I do like about this deck is if you're new to tarot, they might be beneficial for you because they have a couple of words on them, and that will help get you pointed in the right direction. Okay, so let's see. If we start out, first card is King of Earth. Okay, now this is definitely an example of new versus old, because look, what is he wearing? Wearing tennies. Okay, so traditionally the guardian angels did not seem to walk around in tennis shoes, but here we've got this guy who represents the prosperous, the generous, and the successful. So it's going to be the main crux of what we're thinking about during this week, right? And look for people that are going to have offerings for you. Can you see he's offering you this plate full of, well, see, maybe it's leftover Halloween candy. I don't know. But this is telling me he's making an offer to you, and you get to decide what you do with it. And what is crossing or perhaps holding you back in some way is the Queen of Earth. Thing about the King of Earth is sometimes it feels like you may have a price to pay for it. And the Queen is saying, well, how do I phrase this? I want to say it the way I really want him to understand. And that is, can I be gracious, practical, and still be capable? Because this female is every bit as capable as the male that's been making the offer. So she might want to renegotiate a little bit of it. Okay. This feels very political. And I want you to just keep your mind open and a heads up on a feminine aspect of what's going on around us right now that is probably going to be dominant. Okay, it will be new, a little bit different, but with the same ulterior motives. Okay. Page of Earth. Studious, prepared, and cheerful. Look for a missive. Look for a message coming in. It may actually even be in the mail, and it has to do with financial advantage for you. Okay, so keep your eyes open for this guy. He appears to be a young man or young male energy. Sometimes I can't tell if it's male or female, and this feels like masculine energy. Just keep your eyes open because they are delighted and they will have the proof behind whatever it is they're suggesting. So this guy is going to have real good information for you and may help you deal with that man of Earth that we were talking about before. Okay, so if it's a student that comes to you and says, I have this I want to promote, take a second look. Might be a good opportunity for you. We are pushing this Queen of Fire aspect slightly behind us, but in a way not to negate it, but to kind of like keep it hidden from other people, because in some decks, this is a card of the psychic. So you may have information. You don't want people to know how you got it. So you may know somebody's secret. So keep it to yourself, and it might be useful at a later time. Okay, but she's very clever, and I think she might even be working in the medical field. Okay, so it looks to me like she will be very beneficial to whatever it is that you're concerned about. Okay, so don't be scared if you have a medical thing you have to do. This looks good. It may take a little while to do it, but it says the key words for this is intelligent, exuberant, and determined. Okay, this is someone who's dedicated to their craft. All right. What's coming up next? Three of Fire, goals, expansions, and vision. So this is start putting your plans into motion. If you haven't any plans yet, start writing them down. Because when you get a 3, it means forward momentum. Okay? And we see it's on the ship. And the ship has wings, right? So that is, if you get involved in this new endeavor, it's going to have wings. It will take off. It will be to your advantage. Okay, just keep your vision kicked out there. So if you're not having immediate little bitty successes, hang in there because it looks like it's cumulative. You have one and then another and then another, right? What else do we have? Planning, partnering, and progress. So it's kind of support of that card that we just were looking at. So if you've started writing your mission statement and your goals and objectives and everything, this can even indicate that you have a partner that comes in and is like, I think we have the same objectives. Maybe we can work together on this. Okay. So it's very, yeah, really something I would want to look into. I have a friend who has a class online that you may want to look at, because what I'm seeing are like orbs. Of course, I'm seeing orbs now. It's like I've got a hammer. Everything looks like a nail, but it looks like orbs that are swooshing in the back. And you may want to take her class on orbs because it's a way for you to get immediate yes/no answers if you like. But her name is Kim with a K and Carrie with a C. And her website and also her YouTube's on Intuitive View, all one word jammed together, Intuitive View. Okay, not Intuitive View, but Intuitive View, vision, okay? So look for that because I think it'll give you another tool for you to start finding the successes that you want, all right? Love this card. I haven't seen one quite like this, but it's a 2 of Fire. So 2s are about choices that you can make, opportunities, and fire has to do with creativity and a forward momentum. But once again, forward momentum. All right, and who's coming in? How about that? Knight of Fire. This is a beautiful card. Look at the handsome guy come charging in there. If he happens to be a jogger, okay, might be an indication. But this is telling me, got all kinds of possibilities here. Lots of capabilities for him, confident, passionate, adventurous. He's just sort of restless, though, so he might come in, give you some ideas, and then disappears for a while. He'll be back. He'll be back. kind of like Aries energy, okay? Fire signs, a lot of times that's the way they are. They're impatient sometimes, but sometimes also they need stimulation. So it's like, okay, what else? What else can we do? And this is a guy who's going to come running by. Might as well snag him while you can, let him go, and let him come meet him on the go round. Okay, hopes and fears brings us the Six of Earth, which is charity, generosity, and windfall. And I think this is talking about maybe the next month or so. So a lot of the things that have been going on in our particular country is going to manifest some very interesting changes, and we're going to start seeing them in the next month, right? And it may even be that there's new proposals. Here's a new program for this. Here's a new program for that. And it looks like some of these are really going to come to fruition, right? And it may have to do with people that have felt like they are in the minority in the country, and they're finally getting recognized, and we're starting to promote, right? So this sounds really good. What's our outcome? Five of Earth, which is lack, worry, and assistance. If you are stuck in that position right now, if you're concerned about what you don't have, if you're worried about the state of affairs, and if you need assistance, this is telling me there's somebody that's going to be on tap for most of us, but we have to ask for the assistance first before it appears, right? So this is a good card for that, but it's telling us that we have the responsibility to get involved in this. So we can't just sit back, wring our hands, and go, oh, woe is me. If you don't like the way something has happened, join the group. Get in sync with like-minded people, and you're going to start making these changes that we were talking about. Kind of interesting. It sounds like it's pretty serious for this next week or so, but I would definitely look for that fire sign male wanting to come in, okay? And take heed of what this Queen of Fire had to say. Well, she looks like she was making a prediction about your health, so pay attention to that. All right, let me read the bottom of the deck. Oh, already did. Remember, that was the Magician card. So let me hold it up, show it to you. What you focus on, where you register your thought and your emotion, you're going to make it happen. Okay? So just know that this is coming up. It is probably the strongest card I have in the whole deck. It speaks to me of male energy. Doesn't mean it can't be done by a female, but it means it's very strong, all right? So just know that. We've got that to look forward to. We've got it in our back pocket. So, alrighty, kiddos, I think that's all that I have for this particular week. Those of you that are worried about what's going on with our election process and everything, well, it ain't over till it's over. So hang in there. We'll see how things happen for the better, okay? Things are always happening as they're supposed to, good, bad, and indifferent, because there's always something that we're learning from it. So, from my heart to yours, I love you guys, and take good care of yourselves, okay? Besos a todas.